Are you ready to take a look at the vastness of the universe? If you're not sitting comfortably yet, find a cozy spot, grab a drink, and lean back, because together, we're about to embark on an endless journey. And by the end of this video, there are only two possibilities. Either you'll completely forget who and where you are, or you'll find your true self. Are you ready for an existential journey? According to the latest estimates, the universe is 46 billion light-years across. You might ask, if the universe was born about 13 billion years ago, how can it be 46 billion light-years wide? That's because the universe has been expanding and accelerating for a very long time. Light speed is not a limit for the expansion of space itself. We can talk about that later, but for now, let's just agree. 46 billion light-years is huge. But such numbers are hard to grasp. They mean nothing unless we make them concrete. So that's what we'll do today. Try to understand how big the universe really is and why that matters. Ready? Let's begin. Let's start from our 0 point, the pale blue dot, our planet Earth. It may seem small, but it's not that tiny. To make this tangible, if you drove around Earth at 100 kilometers per hour without stopping, it would take you over 16 days to complete one lap. Even in a jet plane, it would take more than 2 days. So, no, we don't live on such a small world. Yet many of us will live and die without seeing even another country, let alone another planet. Our lives are short, but our imagination isn't. So let's leave Earth and head to our closest neighbor, the Moon. In photos, it looks like it's right next to us, as if we could reach out and touch it on a full moon night. But it's actually 384,400 kilometers away. If we had a road to the moon and drove at 100 kilometers per hour without stopping, it would take over 6 months to get there. Only 12 people have ever walked on its surface, an incredible achievement, but our journey doesn't end there. Let's zoom out further, to the other planets. They may look close in animations, but the reality is beyond imagination. Our solar system, though a tiny speck in the universe, is still enormous. Let's say we tried to drive to the sun, again at 100 kilometers per hour, nonstop. It would take about 177 years. Even by airplane, 19 years. And that's just our neighbor. If we aim for Neptune, it gets wilder. Over 5,000 years by car, and about 600 years by plane. Yes, our solar system alone is unimaginably vast. That's why even colonizing it would be a huge dream for humanity. But while we can't travel that far, our machines have. Spacecraft like Voyager 1, launched in 1977, has been traveling through space for more than 43 years and is now 22 billion kilometers away from Earth, the farthest human-made object ever. It left our solar system long ago, in August 2012. If you could travel at the speed of light, it would still take 21 hours to reach it. And yes, you can still track its position on NASA's website. Now, let's leave our cosmic neighborhood entirely. But where does the solar system actually end? That depends on who you ask. Some say Neptune marks the boundary. Others place it at the Oort cloud, a vast field of comets surrounding our system. If the boundary is Neptune, it's 4 hours away at light speed. If it's the Oort cloud, it would take 1.5 years at light speed to cross it. For perspective, light reaches the moon in 1.3 seconds, the sun in 8 minutes, yet just to exit our solar system, over a year. And still, cosmically speaking, we haven't even taken a single step. Let's move on to the Milky Way galaxy. The nearest star to us, Proxima Centauri, is 4.2 light-years away. If you drove there at 100 kilometers per hour, it would take 47 million years. By plane, 5 million years. Even at Voyager speed, 73,000 years. That's 2,500 human generations just to reach our closest stellar neighbor. Now, the Milky Way itself contains 400 billion stars, maybe more. To understand how huge that number is, If you count one number per second, it takes 17 minutes to reach 1,000, 12 days to reach 1 million, and 32 years to count to 1 billion. So imagine doing that 400 times. That's our galaxy. And that's just one galaxy. The Milky Way alone is about 120,000 light-years across. If our entire solar system were the size of a coin, the Milky Way would be as large as the North American continent. On that coin, Earth would be a dust grain. And on that grain, us.
Now let's step beyond even that to our neighbor galaxy, Andromeda, 2.5 million light-years away. Zoom out even further, and we reach the Virgo supercluster, containing thousands of galaxies, each with hundreds of billions of stars and trillions of planets. Beyond that are other superclusters, and further still, the cosmic background radiation, the oldest light in the universe, left from the Big Bang. That's the edge of the observable universe, a sphere about 46 billion light-years in radius, containing roughly 2 trillion galaxies. But that's only what we can see. In reality, considering the ongoing expansion, the universe might be 250 times larger, a scale of trillions of light-years. So, what does all this mean? Why does understanding the size of the universe matter? The answer is personal. But for philosophers, scientists, and thinkers throughout history, this question has always been everything, because the effort to understand the universe is deeply tied to the effort to understand ourselves. We are not separate from the universe. We are the universe, biologically, chemically, atomically. We are made of the same stardust that once formed suns and galaxies. Realizing this changes everything. It teaches us to respect life, the planet, and each other. We may seem small and insignificant, but we are also unique. Every atom in your body was once part of a star that died long ago. Knowing that makes wars, greed, and petty worries seem meaningless. It reminds us how limited our time is and how precious it can be if we use it well. As always, until we meet again, thank you for being here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.